So I paid £47.85 in total for this. It come today, which was late. Well, actually, no, it wasn't technically. It was because I bought it on the 9th. And my estimated delivery was like Wednesday. But yeah, apparently liquid damaged. So we got FIFA 19 stuck in the disk tray, so we got a free disc. Sugary drink was spilt into the console. Left for a few days before trying to switch on, and just shorted out when turned on. Not working, might be okay for spares, not 100% sure. We'll see. So £47.85 with the postage. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Kip. I appreciate that, dude.
Kip X super chatted $10.93.
Subscribe to him.
Thank you for all the support. It means a lot.
Thank you, mate. Xbox sponsored by Cola. Okay. It's not turning on at all. Smash the Xbox button just to troll that doo-doo, so you don't need to keep pressing the button, it's not going to change anything. Sugary drink, would it be rotten inside? Probably. I don't know why anyone would put a drink on a console, to be honest. Must be a fool. Must be an absolute fool. Where's my screwdriver gone? There it is. Keeps got a screw loose. I was going to send you a t-shirt as you're running out. You know what, mate? You probably should. I'm not exactly representing Tronic Freaks very well with this creased t-shirt, am I? Today's video is sponsored by PCBWay.com. PCBWay, in association with Mauser Electronics, are hosting their 5th PCB design contest, and this is their biggest design contest yet. By heading over to the link in the video description, you can enter your PCB designs and win a whopping $1,500 in cash, a $200 coupon and a Raspberry Pi 4. 2 second prize winners can win $1,000 cash, a $100 coupon and of course the Raspberry Pi Model 4. And 3 third place winners will win $500 cash, a $50 coupon and an Arduino Mega 2560 Rev 3. To learn more or to enter your project, simply head over to the link in the video description. Now back to the video. Dust or sugary stuff. That's dust, mate. The liquid damage is going to be underneath the heatsink by the power phases. It normally is. Surely all that dust would have soaked up any moisture. Pretty much. The thing is, this has been opened before as well, so it's probably been cleaned in the past. It probably isn't factory paste. Alright, then maybe it is. Alright. Cool. Phase 2 reball the RAM. Bite me. If I have to reball RAM on this, it's been snapped up. And then I'm going to come straight to your house and punch you in the face. Just for wishing it on me. Okay. Right we are. Where be my liquid damage? Basically everywhere. So, let me get my multimeter software loaded up. The red probe on ground. And the black probe on the 12 volt line. Shut up multimeter. Turn the beep off. And we've got dead short. So 0.0008 is dead short to ground. 0.0001 at times and 0. So that is absolutely 100% shorted. So that means that we need to figure out where it is. So in diode mode still, I'm going to check this MOSFET, and that one reads 0.6167, so that's good. I'm going to say it's probably this one that's shorted. Yep, phase 2. So that MOSFET there reading 0.0376. So what that means is that's the amount of volts that's dropping down to ground. And basically it's not dropping. It's not got any voltage drop. Basically, there's very, very minimal, less than 0.1 volts drop to ground. So that means that is a dead short because it's not dropping anything. And what it is dropping is just across the leads. 0.61, so that's a normal reading. So we've definitely got this MOSFET short. Resistors should be okay. This MOSFET driver might be bad as well, maybe. Alright. Okie dokie. I'm going to do a bit of cleanup first. And then I know all three of these MOSFETs, well, two of these three MOSFETs are good. I'm just going to screw up them. But if I really wanted to get fancy, I could also inject voltage to find the shorted component and then use the thermal cam. So let's see how hot it gets, shall we? Just for some funsies. Just for some funsies, let's see how hot it gets. We're drawing about 0.5 amp. Hey, Mad Mike.
Mad Mike 44 just subscribed on Twitch.
Cheers, Mad Mike. Thank you, dude. I appreciate the support. It all helps, of course. Alright, so drawing 0.5 amp at 1 volt. Are you going to reveal yourself? Yay or nay? It is not going to reveal itself. Not at 0.5 amp. We have a lot of corrosion around here as well, so that could be really bad news. So I'm not going to inject any more voltage because there's a lot of corrosion around here, which we're going to need to deal with later. It's not going to reveal itself with the thermal camera at the minute. It's not going to get hot enough. We are going to go back to the scope, and we're going to replace this MOSFET. We're going to replace this MOSFET. I'm a hot air at 440, by the way, 40% airflow. I can actually go higher on this. I can go to 480 because it's just a MOSFET. It's not a heat sensitive device. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, that was it. That was a pretty bad short at one point. Let's just test the 12 volt again. 0.277. That's getting better. So that's gonna get better over the next 5 minutes or so, as long as it cools down. But also, that looks a little bit charred, so that could be of interest. Could just be down to the liquid. What cheap solder was I using a couple of days ago? Was I using cheap solder? I might have been using cheap solder for ports. That was some £20 eBay stuff. It's not actually cheap. It's actually not cheap at all. I just consider it cheap because it's cheap compared to Kester. TPN 80903NL 3NL 3NL TPN 80903NL. That's the part number. 80903NL 3NL 3NL 80903NL. That's the part number. Mapping was lit. I liked mapping. We used to be able to get some cool stuff there. Kester has a hefty price tag. It does, but when you think about it, you get £1 of solder for what, £35, £40, something like that. So if you get a pound of solder for £35, £40, how many grams is in a pound? Does anyone know? Does anyone know how many grams is in a pound? 450 grams is £1. 450 grams. So, if you look at the average price on eBay at 100 grams of solder, leaded, true leaded solder, 0.3 millimeters, it's £10. They're about £10. So, if you work it out, if you're getting 4.5 reels of 100 gram leaded solder for £35, then in the long run, you're saving money. You are saving money. Check this out. Desktop 1, there we go. You're saving money. And that's just like, well, Best is actually technically a brand. That's silver. Alright, never mind, ignore that. Tin lead rosin core solder wire for electrical soldering, rosin tin wire 0.3 to 2 millimeters. Oh god, what a title. So 0.3 millimeters, which is the one I've got. 100 grams, $12.98.
Immunitech just resubscribed for 2 months.
Thank you, Immunitech. I appreciate that, mate. You're getting better value for money, guys, if you buy it in bulk on Kester. Honestly, you really are. Maybe, I mean, if you buy the really, really cheap stuff like this stuff that's in the orange reel, honestly, I've tried that stuff and it sucks. It really does suck. 50 grams of oh, even that, you're not saving that much, really. Get on that plumber's solder. I'm waiting for Kevin Cyril. Cyril 20004 in the chat. I'm waiting for him to give me some plumber's flux so I can show you all what it does to boards. I'm going to do a time-lapse video. Like 1 day, 2 day, all the way up to like 6 months, and show you what it does to a board. I'm actually going to run the console for an hour a day. Might as well solder with chocolate with that stuff. Honestly, it's not that great, is it? Like, I've tried it. Like, when I first started soldering, I've tried it. This is why I'll say, even if you're just getting into it, just buy a reel of Kester, pay the money. Because it's going to save you money in the long run. And you're going to get a much easier time with it. I used to be the same. I used to be like, no, I'm not buying that stuff, it's expensive. But then I actually worked it out, so I did the math on it, and it was like, well, actually, for the better quality stuff, you know you're getting quality with Kester, and saving money. How long does a reel last? Yeah, I've had this reel for over a year, mate, and I haven't even made a dent in it. Not even made a dent in it. But there's still so much solder on that. Right, we had some corrosion and stuff around here. So, before I even power this on, these two MOSFETs being changed. Don't care whether they're short, don't care whether they work, they're being changed. Because these are RAM MOSFETs and CPU MOSFETs. So they are going to get changed, no matter what. So you can see we've still got some corrosion here, which I'll clean up. But I'm not taking a risk on these. Yoink. Get yeeted, bitch. Yoink. Looks like sugar. Yeah. It did say on the listing, sugary drink. Alright, I am going to put them caps back because they're probably fine. I just want to clean this area up. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. New PMIC for RAM. Yeah, I will be, yeah. So yeah, just because it could have taken these MOSFETs out first, I'm not going to risk the fact that they could potentially be shorted to ground, or they could short to ground as soon as I turn it on, because they've been damaged, sort of thing, if that makes sense. I'm just going to get rid and replace them, because honestly, for the sake of like 50-60 pence each, they're not worth leaving on there. So now, for example, I'm going to use this quote cheap solder. Let's watch the flux burn. Oh yeah. But look at that. Look, there's nothing wrong with this solder. But I'm going to use this cheap solder because I'm going to wick this away because it's had corrosion on it. Like, look, I mean, if you look at that, we've visibly got some damage on the source there. Look, there's a burnt bit of trace there. Same as that side. A little bit of burnt trace on the source. So I'd rather not risk turning it on with those MOSFETs on there. So would this turn on? Probably. Would it end up as a beep on beep off? There's a good chance. And if it ends up as a beep on beep off, then we're in trouble. So yeah, because I'm wicking this away, I'm using the cheaper solder because, well, I'm not wasting the good stuff. But this is actually not bad solder. Let's wick these test points away as well. These are no stuff, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I'm going to wick them anyway. Solder. It depends on the flux content, and it depends on a lot of things really. In fact, I'm using, you know what, stuff it. I'm going to use this stuff for these pads as well. Why not? Just because it's in my hand. Hey, Andy and Bruno. Thank you, dude. I'm doing good, mate. How are you?
Andy and Bruno, my German Shepherd, super chatted $2.18. Morning Phil, how's it going, mate?
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Get on there. Oi. You will. You will be part of an Xbox, okay? Oh no, you don't want to live on an Xbox. Oh no. But you're going to be on an Xbox. You have no choice. Oh yeah, I always leave my airflow too high, mate. Always leave my airflow too high. Right, let's see if I can find that capacitor. That one won't fly, shouldn't fly off now. I'm putting them back on because there's just no reason to change them. They got a little bit of gunk on them, but they will clean off. Dance, you bastard. Oi, where do you think you're going? Get back there. Get back there. Yoink. Where do you think you're going, mate? You're going to be part of an Xbox as well. Need to sleep. No worries, dude. Have a good night, mate. Have a good night. Sleep well. Me old mucker. Right, let's just clean this one up. And I can work on the next one. Straighten up, you bastard. Don't make me kick you. Yeah, you know it. Right, these pads here, it looks like those 3 pins are merged. Don't worry, it's all part of the same trace. So it's absolutely fine. It's going to be hot. Oh, I'm not working the weekend. Hell no. Saturday, tomorrow I'm going to play poker, and Sunday I got stuff to do, chores around the house like garden work and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be working the weekend. Well, I will be, but just not in the daytime. I'll be working at night. Right, we've got some damage around here. This stuff here I'm not that bothered about at the minute. This is fan stuff, so all of this here is just like these caps here. These are to power the fan. I'm not that bothered about them, as long as they're not corroded and shorted. Then I'm not that fussed about them. I don't really care about the fan until I actually get it to turn on. So as long as I clean the corrosion up, then I'm happy to power it on with that there. And then if it works, then I'll sort all this out and replace these. But I'm not going to waste my time on these, knowing that there's a chance. Well, this one actually isn't. This one technically needs replacing. But I'm going to have to add some leaded solder to this cap first. Or even low melt solder actually, because we've got a connector there. Same as these components here. Because we've got a connector there and a cap which can explode. Well, two caps which can explode actually. But I'm not that bothered about them for now. They're not going to, or they shouldn't stop it turning on. This will though. This is the TPS 51916. This powers the van. That's going to need sorting out. We've probably got a burnt trace. This trace here and this trace here are probably going to be burnt. So we're going to need to get a shot of that. House 519. Not good. No, welcome to the madhouse. Yeah. Ethical, I'll read your message in a minute, buddy. It's a bit long to read on a glance. A lot of the time I'm reading messages out of my peripheral vision because I'm under the microscope. I'm not looking at the screen, so I'm looking at the messages under my out of my peripheral vision. Definitely got some damage traces. So this trace here is gone. So if I expose this here, I'm going to need to expose that anyway because this is going to need a trace repair. But if I expose that there and then go into continuity mode, let's turn the beeper on. And if we check for continuity, there is none. It ends right there. So there is none. 0 ohms, okay, cool. So that looks a mess, but it is necessary for testing those traces and making sure that everything's good. I'm going to need to restore this trace right here. So I'm going to get rid of the remaining trace if I can. So I'm going to try and peel it off the board. Just completely get rid of it. Because I want to put a new trace down, or I want to put a jumper wire there basically. There we go, that's got it. So I'm just going to dig that trace out. And then that way then, when I run a jumper wire down, it's not gonna cause it to sit too high. So I obviously need the chip to be flat so as I can make a contact on the other pads. So I do that. It just makes my life easier. What's this here? Is that another layer? It might be. Or is it part of the same trace? If it's another layer and I've just gone in a little bit too deep, then I'm going to need to protect it. I think it's another layer. So that's going to need a little bit of conformal coating on it. Let's drop a bit of coating there. And then I'll clean off my tweezers. I can take a teeny tiny bit of it and just protect that little bit of exposed trace there. There we go. It's UV curing time. Yeah, I bought this console from eBay. So because it's only taking me time, it's only costing me time. It's not costing me. Well, it's costing me money because I'm using parts, right? But it's not costing me any labour. Look, I'm not going to charge myself. So I'll literally buy these just for the sake of doing live streams and stuff, and then I'll just sell them a little bit cheaper than going rate. As long as I don't lose money on them, I don't care about making money, if that makes sense. Because I buy them just for streams and video content. See, I can get away with that because I'll make money on the videos as well. So I do have a little bit more flexibility in what I can do. I'm kind of lucky in that sense. Whereas a lot of people, they need to maximise profit. So I bought a digital edition PS5 earlier on for £220 with no power. If I fix it, great. But if not, then I'll make a lot of the money back on a video. That one will be a video though. PS5s when I buy them, or Series X's, and most of the time I need to make a video on them, so I can cover my losses if I can't fix it. I need to be able to cover losses. So the PS5 I bought earlier with no power, that one will be for a video only. Because if I do a live stream on it, yes, I can do a video, but the video is not going to perform half as well. It's not going to perform nowhere near as well as it would if it was a video only, if that makes sense. Alright, let's just tin some jumper wire. Damn it, someone just fell. Missed that way oversized tip for this job. There we go. Let's drop another jumper wire. Hey, 0.1mm wire I'm using here, by the way. Anything bigger is a bit too big for underneath an IC. So, because I'm obviously going to be soldering a QFN on top of this, I want to keep it as small as I possibly can. And 0.1mm is just about perfect for this job. There we go. Don't need it to go all the way to the end like the other pads do. Just need it to be enough to make a contact. And then, because I don't really want to risk knocking the jumper wire off, but I do want to solder it so it's got a nice solid contact, and make sure that it's got a nice solid contact. I'm going to take some tweezers when I find a pair that close, because I keep dropping my tweezers lately. And hold it. That might not have worked. I'm going to have to run it over with a soldering iron. I was going to just float it with hot air, but it looks like there's just not enough solder on it. There we go, look at that. That's got a nice blob of solder on it now. Right, let me put some solder mask on this jumper wire. Let's recover these ones as well. So I'm just going to recoat these just because I've exposed the pads. So I need to tin that middle pad. This end pad needs retinning. If I can get in there with that big cap in the way. There we go. Cool. Okay. What will be record high? I don't know. Either way, whatever it is, if it's the hottest day, I'm not going to be working that day, no matter what. Whether I've got pissed off customers or not. Like, whether or not I've got pissed off customers, I would not be working that day. Right then. I'd be a fool to work in that heat. My daughter's school is closed Monday. To be fair, I mean, if it's going to be that hot, I don't know if I'm going to be sending my own kids to school. I'll be honest. Well, that did not want to sit straight, did it? Well, surface tension didn't want to take over on that one. Yeah, so if it was that hot, I don't think I'll be sending my own kids to school. And there's nothing the school can do as well. Because you can't expect a kid to sit in a classroom in that heat. No ethical. That's not a stupid question, by the way, but no. So for anyone on YouTube, what was said was, would it be easier to start off with cleaning the entire board using PCB cleaner? And the answer to that is no, because if I cleaned everything up before I've actually got to it, before I've actually inspected it and identified the damage, then it can be an absolute rabbit hole to actually find the damage and to find the damaged components to figure out what's wrong when I try and turn it on, if that makes sense. It's not a stupid question, it's actually a very common thought that people have. But it's like, the way you got to think of it is, would a forensics expert, like, I know this is going to sound silly, but would a forensics expert clean up or send in the clean-up crew before they've gathered their evidence, if that makes sense? Yeah, as Going Digital says, it helps to identify the bad components when there's visible corrosion. So I'll do it in stages. Like, I'll do this area here, and then I've already identified that we've got some corrosion around the fan, like around here, so I'm not that worried about that. So I'm not worried if it cleans up or anything like that. RAM might end up being corroded or liquid damaged, to be honest. Okay, I'm not going to clean that up yet. I'm going to leave that. Unless I see something really bad. I'm going to leave it for the time being. But I could end up having to replace some RAM on this. Alright, what's my main PMIC looking like? Yeah, it just needs a bit of a scrub. Not too bad. Alright. What's my 12 volt area looking like? Not too bad. HDMI. Just dust, I think, there. And then, yeah, everywhere else looks okay. Alright. Hey, oh. Hello. Oh, you little rat bastard. Oh. It's beep on beep off. Alright, well, I've got a feeling that we've got gunk under these, so I'm going to do them in stages of 2. Just these first 4. I don't want to reflow them all if I don't have to. But I did see gunk around these RAM ICs, so I'm going to say, if anything, they're either going to need reflowing or replacing. So I'll use 440 degrees Celsius with no nozzle on. And I'm going to reflow these 2 RAM ICs just because there was some gunk under it. If that don't fix it, I'll reflow the 2 next to it. And if that still don't fix it, then I'm going to be ending up replacing 4 RAM ICs. The RAM's BGA, yeah, so I'd need to take some off a donor board. I can actually smell some at here. I can smell something sweet, like a juice or something. So I think these are going to need replacing. I don't even think I'm going to get away with a reflow. I'm going to try. Ow. Board's hot. Lick it and it'll work. That's what she said. Let's give that a try. Oh fuck, I've just fucked up. Does anyone know what I've done? Can anyone tell me what I've just done to fuck up? Power's still on. That's never going to work. That's probably just killed every single RAM IC. No, it's probably killed all 16. Lol. Something just gone kaboom. IPA is non-conductive. It's not about the IPA, mate. It's about the movement on the chip and the heat while power is applied to it. So much just gone kaboom. I think that's game over on this board. I think I've just fucked it. That's a fatal mistake. That's a fatal mistake. I've just screwed this board up. The RAM don't survive that. It never does. The RAM never survives that. Ever. And it's all my fault. So, this is going to make a video. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't reflow your RAM while your power's still on. I think you can get lucky this one time. Nah, no such luck, mate. No such thing, trust me. Like, not for me. Like, I'll never get that luck. Never. Ah, you prick. Ah! MOSFET, dude, come on. Play the game. Want to play a game of poker on it? I'll let you set the wager. No, the RAM doesn't like that at all. So I tried to do everything I could to avoid a RAM short. And I'm going to end up with it anyway. Like a dick. Right, forget cleaning the flux up. It's hard to go in to fix it though. The short is gone. But as soon as I apply power again, it's going to go pop. And it's going to pop it again. Good job it wasn't a customer's board. Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. I'd have just replaced it, but yeah, you know, it does sting when you make a mistake. It happens. I mean, you know. It's gone pop again. It's gone pop again. As soon as I apply power. And it's going to do it every single time. And do you know why? Because it took out the RAM. It's took out the RAM. It's took out the RAM. Do 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 do. Wah wah wah. Wah wah wah. It's short again. Is it that one? Nope. Is it that one? Nope. Is it that one? Nope. Wah, wah, wah. It's going to do that every time I change the MOSFETs. Because it's taken out the fucking RAM. And I'm not replacing 16 RAM ICs. So this will go as a donor board. And sucks to be me. Stop kicking yourself. Nah, mate, there's nothing you can do. It's just one of them things. Just, well, you can do something. Don't do what I do. There's my thumbnail. Actually, let's, there's my thumbnail. Wah, wah, wah. I'm not replacing 16 RAM chips. Don't flex your board, bro. It's fucked, guys. I could replace all that RAM and it could have taken out the APU. It's literally a donor board. Like, you can't trust it, even if I replace all 16 RAM chips. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, look. Just need to bend it back. I enjoy watching every minute. Well. Sucks to be me, huh? Xbox One U. You know what the title's going to be, don't you? It's going to be, I bought an Xbox One S and I broke it even more. That should get some clickbait views. With this as the thumbnail.